Hello everyone, how are you all doing? This is JOPHIA DIY, and I am happy to have you in this talk and this discussion. Okay, there is something I want to say. Sorry, the voice you're hearing is not the voice that came with this video. Okay, actually, when I was making this video, I thought I turned on my mic, but it wasn't turned on. I just pinned it, hoping that I'll turn it so I won't forget using it to, reduce background noise because I'm at the office. So, but I didn't eventually turn it on, so it was a mistake. Okay, well, I can't really remember all the things I said in this video, but I remember the topic. Okay, so I want to talk about salicylic acid soap and should I say Larissa soap or soft bar soaps? All right. Okay, I've got a lot of questions from people, regarding how to make a soap that is not hard. Until somebody now chatted me, one of my students actually. There are two people. One is a random person, then the other one is my student. Okay, I took note because this person is in my class. Sorry. So the person asked me how can she make that a customer told her to make Larissa soup. I told her Larissa soup. I haven't seen or heard about Larissa soup. Can I see the soup? I first asked, what does the soap do? I'm going to drop some screenshots here. What does the soap do? And she didn't answer. I said, let me see the soap. So she sent the soap to me. Okay. And I said, okay, what are the ingredients in the soup? She sent to me also. And I told her, okay, then she can go ahead and make it. Okay. She said she has made it with a carrot soup in the class. One of the carrot soups I posted in the class, but the soup came out hard. Okay, she wanted to make a soft bar soup. All right. So later on, I went to source for ingredients for my ingredients. I got to where I was buying. I asked them for Larissa soup. They brought out the soup, and I felt when I touched the soup, I started laughing. Okay, why was I laughing? I was laughing because I could or couldn't know why the soup was or it comes out soft. Why the Larissa soup comes out soft. Okay, but I know that I do make such soaps. Okay, there's this soap I've been making. I started making this soap, it's been going to 2 years now, for face. Okay, it's a salicylic acid and some other ingredients. Okay, I added to that soap. It's targeted, the target purpose for that soap is just for the face, those are battling with acne, rough face, and hyperpigmentation as well, some kind of, but not really targeting hyperpigmentation. Okay, but when somebody have a rough face and you have acne, okay, whatever treatment you are giving to that face will eventually or gradually be fading the hyperpigmentation, even though it does not target it. Okay, so what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say here, I want to talk about salicylic acid soap, especially the one I'm making. I want to use the one I'm making. I'm going to get the soap I've made. I want to use my salicylic acid soap as a case study in this video. Okay, so this soap I've been making, it's always come out soft. It's always come out soft. And the first time I made it, I was like, let me start adjusting the formula to make something harder. But I discovered that no matter how I adjust it, okay, due to that I want I want an effective soap for the face, it cannot be the way I want it to be hard. So I just leave it like that. That's how I sell the soap. Not that it's very soft, but you can use your thumbs to press in and it to go in. Okay, so how do you make salicylic acid soap? I want to talk about how you can make salicylic acid soap. Okay, I'm not going to detail the ingredients I've used in this soup. No, please, I'm not going to detail the ingredients I've used in this soup. As you can look at my face in this video, you can see how my face is. Those that have known me 4 5 months 1 year ago, right now they can tell the difference on my face because this soap has already changed my face, and there's nobody that have used this face that doesn't come back. All right, so how do you now make salicylic acid soap using a soap base or cold processed soap? Okay, now let me start by talking about salicylic acid soap. Making salicylic acid soap salicylic acid bar soap. It involves you adding salicylic acid into a soap base, okay, or use a cold process, or you use cold process for the soap, or you use a soap base which is called melt and pour, okay. Now here is a simple guide. Okay, get your soap base. Okay, let's say 500 grams of the soap base or any quantity you want to make. Get your salicylic acid. You can use 0.5 to 2% depending on what you want the soap to do on the face or on the skin or whatever you want your customers to use the soap. Then you can add your essential oil, you can add your fragrance, okay, or whatever ingredient again that you want to add to it, depending on you who is formulating it. That is why I always talk about people learning formulation. Okay, if you learn formulation like what I'm talking about now, you can be able to make something that's going to suit your customer's skin or face. You knowing formulation does not mean that they would detail you the ingredients they used. I will detail the percentage I used, the ingredients, okay, at. I will detail even the video. Some people would even tell you, send the video of how you make it. When you're not in my class, when I'm not mentoring you, when I'm not teaching you anything, because you saw a soap that maybe you bought a soap for me or somebody bought the soap and gave to you and you copied my number and you're asking me I should tell you what I use in that soap. It doesn't work that way, my dear. Okay, it doesn't work that way. So that's why I'm telling you how you can make your own salicylic acid. So sorry, this what I'm saying here is not a professional talk or professional advice. Please, I'm telling you what works for me. And even in my videos, all my videos, I'm telling you what has worked for me, what I do. And I'm not telling that I'm an expert or I'm a professional. No, I'm only telling you what I do and guidelines. Okay, so you get your soap base, or you use cold process, then you add your salicylic acid. I said 0.5 to 2%. Okay, then you add you can add other ingredients depending on what you want. All right, so but if you're making a cold process soap, you can get any oil of your choice. You can use coconut oil, olive oil, palm oil, any oil of your choice. If you know how to make bar soap, those that knows how to make bar soap, this video, what I'm saying in this video, will be useful to them. Okay, now coming to your soap being soft. Now let's talk about your soap being soft, just like the Larissa, okay, the person asked me about. Now there are so many factors, there are so many things that can cause salicylic acid soap to come out soft. Okay, and primarily it's related to its formulation and the properties of the ingredients. Okay, when you're making, let's say, a salicylic acid soap, you can't just use only salicylic acid. There are other ingredients, other major ingredients that you're going to combine with it. Okay, which if you read the ingredients label of some of this, so like this Larissa soap, if you read the ingredients, there is no salicylic acid there, there is no active ingredient there, but the people that makes that soap know that they did not list all the ingredients on the ingredients list. Okay, but a lot of us, we keep killing ourselves saying that this company used this ingredients and I used it, it doesn't work for me. No, you have to know, okay, what is that product targeting, what is the function of that product on the skin. Then from there, if you're a formulator, from there you know that, okay, this is what they use, this is what they used. Okay, I'm not trying to talk about bad on any product, but you see that Larissa soap, you all saw the ingredients that there is no active ingredients there. Okay, and the soap is very active. According to those that have used it, it's very active. Okay, now talking about what makes a soap or salicylic acid comes out soft. One, the soap base composition. If you're using a soap base to make your soap, your facial soap, okay, the type of melt and pour soap used can significantly influence the final texture. Okay, if you're using glycerin soap base or shea butter soap base, okay, they tend to produce softer soaps due to their high moisture content and fatty acid profiles. Okay, and again, inclusion of that's adding of moisturizing agents. Now if you're adding ingredients like oils, like coconut oil, olive oil, or butters, okay, it can help maintain a softer texture. Okay, I mean adding this into your soap base, not making the soap from scratch. Okay, so these components contributes to a more like emollient or soft feel on the skin. when you use just like this particular one I'm holding right now. If you use this, those that have used this soap, if you're among those that have been buying this soap and you're seeing this video, you can drop a comment in the comment section how you feel about, or how you feel on your face, or your whatever you use it after using this soap, or when you are rubbing this face soap on your face. Okay, now another factor could be humidity, but I'm sure that if you make a facial soap, you want to wrap it before you sell. Okay, but I don't think that contributes more on why the soap comes out soft. Okay, but another factor I know is that the concentration of the salicylic acid. Okay, higher concentrations of salicylic acid can, alter the texture of the soups. Salicylic acid is a powdery substance, and if it's not well dissolved or mixed or pre-mixed, it can affect the overall texture of your soup. Okay, now how do you now mix salicylic acid for you to not to some people, they just add salicylic acid to their soap or to their, and mix it. Okay, initially that's how I used to do when I started soap making newly 4-5 years ago. Okay, but now when you add salicylic acid like that to your soap, after a while, like when you're curing the soap, except you did not cure that soap, when you're curing the soap, like after 2 weeks on the counter, it will start, bringing out flakes. It start producing flakes, like white flakes. Okay, not soda ash. It start producing white flakes. Salicylic acid is also willow bark. Okay, it's willow bark. Okay, so it will start bringing out those white flakes, which is not bad. You can clean it up, package your soap and use your soap, just like when a soap is it's you're having soda ash on it. Okay, so that is it. How do you now dissolve your salicylic acid or premix it? Okay, depending on the your vendor, like what your vendor writes on the label of the salicylic acid pack that you should use to dissolve it. Some vendors do this, why some don't. Okay, and you can use propylene glycol to dissolve it. You can also use IPA to dissolve it. Okay, like in this soap I'm using, this particular soap I'm holding right now, the videos I've made, I have documented one of the videos and I showed how I dissolve the salicylic acid. That's why this soap can stay on the counter unwrapped for over 6 months without producing any flakes, any white flakes. This is how it's going to be, because I pre-dissolve this well, because I mix the salicylic acid well before adding it to the soup. Now you adding IPA or propylene glycol to your soap, you're like automatically introducing extra liquid to that soap. Okay, now what do? You have to reduce the quantity of water needed. Like if you're making the soap from scratch, you have to reduce the quantity of water needed for that soap, because you'll be introducing extra liquid to that soap. I'm going to make out time to talk about this salicylic acid soap or Larissa soap in another video. If you found this video interesting or useful, please don't forget to like and share. Leave your comments and your question in the comment section. I will surely see you all in my next video. Always be safe wherever you are. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Bye for now.